So that's an interesting conversation because I remember when I was in the day-to-day world of IT. That's how I defined myself, though, was that firefighting thing,
Right.
the heroics.
Yeah.
That's what made the job exciting.
Yeah.
Some of us that's been in for a while, we get a charge out of that. We bitch about it all the time, but we get a charge out of it.
Right.
So there's a cultural change that has to occur with IT. So it
Absolutely.
sounds like we listened to what Simon said. We'd have to kind of start with a better why. Why are we there?
Yeah.
It's not to put out fires, but why are we there?
We have to have a common why with the business, by the way.
Right.
That was one of the things that really resonated with me when Simon was speaking is if we want to have that connection, build that trust bridge with the business so that we would feel comfortable going to the business and saying, no, that's the wrong thing to do. You shouldn't be cutting, you should be investing. If we want to do that, we actually have to change our dialect. We have to change the culture within IT such that we all understand that we are in the same business. I was just having a conversation during the lunch break with somebody who's been in his new job for 4 months. Just moved to a new business, and the first thing that I asked him, how's it going, and he said it's going well. He said, but I didn't realize how trusted I was at my previous employer until I came here, and now I'm the new guy. And I actually had to terminate somebody who clearly, if you hear the story, clearly deserved to be terminated. And it took lawyers getting involved with HR to make HR realize that that person should have been terminated, for him to be backed up. And as I'm listening to him tell the story, I'm thinking, where's the gap here? How is it that coming in, the business, in this case it's a hospital, doesn't understand that you're coming in, you're in the same business, and that I should have that trust should just be there inherently. That I'm not just IT.
Right.
It's the oddest thing, but fundamentally it's about we have to identify ourselves with the businesses that we're in. I was at an online seminar a couple of months ago. One of the suggestions that was made, and this was about empowering and engaging employees, one of the suggestions that was made was have an article reading contest within your team. So each month, challenge your team, your IT team, to be reading an industry article from an industry mag in the industry that your business is in, not in IT, not a technology rag. So what will that do? He said, it'll have them understanding the industry to such a degree that they won't be questioning the business decisions or the IT decisions that you actually make as a CIO or as a director, because they'll actually be able to make the connection between what's happening in the industry and what's happening with competitors when you actually do that. So I thought that was an interesting way to sort of steer the IT department over towards having the same why or being in the same business.
So it sounds like what I heard for those things, the first thing is that you have to build a compelling why to change the culture. Second thing I heard was that we really need to start to build trust both throughout the organization and also internal to IT, have the relationship between the employee that works in the IT department as well as the business. Do you think everyone can make a transformation to be more fused in the organization in IT?
I really think you can.
You think you can? I've met some really geeky, never going to change IT guys in my life, and we all know one of them out there someplace, right?
Yeah, I think that I don't know that I think that they're not long for the world.
Those kind of people.
I really think that if you look at the Rhode Island Tech Collective did a study 2 years ago.
Yeah, 3 years ago. Yeah.
It was 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Looking at what are the skills that are in demand for IT employees. So what are employers looking for in IT personnel? And none of those skills were technical skills. They were all soft skills. Can they write? Can they communicate? Do they have any business background at all? Those kinds of things. So business and IT. By the way, I'm saying make shift happen here, that you want to be the ones that are initiating this, make shift happen. If you don't, the business is going to make that shift happen. Sooner or later, the business is going to demand that these things come together because or will almost be antiquated. I'll say one thing that may be rather controversial. If the business could get business done by going around IT and going straight to, say, the cloud, they would do it. They don't care about IT per se. IT does not, they don't have IT departments because they like IT. They have IT departments to get business done. So if a sales organization could go straight to Salesforce.com and just set themselves up with accounts, and they could be selling effectively and managing their customers without the IT department ever knowing about it, and it would produce business results, they would do it.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So this is why it's so important for IT, even that guy in the back room, to be able to engage with the business, be able to engage with the users, at a minimum be able to communicate with the users that you're going to support in order to be able to do what it is that you're going to do in the back room. Simon said it well, none of the technology exists without somebody leveraging it to get something done, right?
So-
Technology is really a people